estate agents. Welcome to the Weekly Closer. I'm your host, Jeff Underwood, along with my co-host, Joey Sampaga, the man with the plan. What's your plan?
What's up, Jeff Underwood?
Oh, man, you know how it is. Ooh, yeah, we're the Real Estate Marketing Maniacs. We've got a great guest in the house today with us, and she's going to share how Facebook Live has transformed her business. Can you believe it? Facebook Live?
I don't even think it transformed her business. It made
her business. Yeah, absolutely. This is great. We've got Yessica Molina with M&M Realty Team at Next Gen Real Estate. Welcome.
Yessica.
Hello. Hi, everyone. Yes, it's a pleasure to be here. A little nervous, but not so much. I don't know if there's a camera on me or not, but I'm just going to smile.
Smile.
Yeah, you're
just
on
be
video.
Yourself.
We're going to do audio and video, everything. We are not live, though. So
We're not live. See, if I was live, I would be more comfortable.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
because I know because I kind of have that mindset, hey, if we're like videotaping, we can stop it, start all over.
Sure.
Yeah.
But if we're live, we're live.
Oh, well, we're not starting over.
All right. Okay, well, then I'm going to pretend we're live.
That's right.
Pretend we are live. You see, most agents are opposite, though, right? Because they're like, I don't know about going live.
Yeah.
I'm afraid I'm going to mess up.
They are, and I will touch this, I guess, further on, but it honestly is like there's nothing to be scared of. And you know what? People want to see
They want to see real.
They want to see real. They want to see that you're vulnerable. Right. And they want to see that, you're not this, I guess, depending on who you talk to. But, whenever you see someone with, maybe a suit and tie, and you kind of get scared. For instance, like Hispanic-wise, whenever we see someone in a suit and tie, you're kind of like, oh, they're going to take my money, and it's kind of, it's funny, but it's something that, we're kind of raised with, right?
It's like Wall Street's coming for you.
Yeah, Wall Street, the wolf is coming. So I think,
cool. All right.
So we, that's what we do.
Yeah.
We just let them see who we truly are. And if they like us, we like them.
Yeah,
that's sweet. That's sweet. Why don't we let the agents know then how long you've been in real estate and what got you into it?
For sure. My story is pretty cool. I'm yet to learn how to tell it correctly. But yeah, so I've been in real estate, I think, for about 5 years. And before real estate, I was actually a massage therapist. Real estate was not even in my agenda. It's not something I ever thought of. I didn't even know people sold houses. Like, I don't even know. I didn't even know what Zillow was. Like, it was just, but there was a point in my life where when I was, I had a really good job and it just wasn't me. One thing, I had to be quiet, doing a massage. And I'm like, what the heck? What am I doing here? Like, I can't possibly be quiet. What am I going to do? Talk to myself? Yeah. So, I kind of just, I guess you could say, I jumped off the bridge and I said, you know what? I'm going to figure out what I got to do with my life and where I fit. I got into real estate 5 years ago because my sister-in-law, she took me under her wing. I really didn't, I guess you could say I didn't have an option because I had no route. I didn't know where I was going. So I kind of just opened whatever door. Was in front of me or beside me or behind me. So when I got into real estate, she showed me what she knew. She had been doing real estate, I think, over 10 years now, but mainly with like investing, flipping, wholesaling, things like that. So I kind of got a little bit of that knowledge through that. And I've only actually been an agent for about 1.5 years. Oh, wow. Yeah, so very different. I went from one piece of paper to like 10. Okay. And that's just the beginning.
Absolutely. Yeah. So 1.5 years as an actual agent now.
Yeah, correct. So it's fun. I enjoy it.
And your numbers are up there too, because I think you said you're over 30 for the year.
Yeah, now? I think we're doing over 30. Some of them are with the team, and then I think most of them are referral based, Facebook, things like that. Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
So agents, you need to listen to this.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, let's get into then what are the things that you're doing right now to be successful.
Okay. Yeah, for sure. I mean, honestly, I always keep my options open. I'm not the expert. One day I will be, but until then, I'm going to just keep on learning. Yeah. So right now, it's just finding different ways to market. Facebook Live, it's always going to be my niche, I guess you could say. I think, through Facebook, I really show who I am as an individual. And for me in real estate, we truly are, or I truly believe, we're in the people's business before we're in the real estate business.
That's right.
To me, I know that if I show who I am, and even through Facebook Live, which instead of talking to one person, I'm talking to thousands of people, I think that's going to keep on going, and that's going to keep something that I'm going to keep learning on how to do it even better, so I'm able to reach more individuals. And then from there, it's just learning from everyone that's being successful. I don't think I don't think anything is truly hard. You just sometimes got to copy the people that are doing good things.
Yeah. Well, and I think it's Chris Ducker, I believe. He's a brand expert from Britain or the UK or somewhere. Anyway, I think that's one of the things he talks about is instead of B to C, right, business to consumer, he says you're in a P to P business.
Yeah.
People to people.
Yeah.
That's what it's about, right?
It truly is. I mean, at the end of the day, we're all going to get paid. But how do we get to the end goal of getting that paycheck? It's you got to go through someone. You got to make a relationship happen with someone. So.
Yeah. So give us an idea of how you're using Facebook Live. Like what things do you put out there? Is it just a good mix, or what do you think is working for you?
You know what? Right now, nothing's planned. We just go live. We go to a house and we just start living it. And I'll do some contests here and there so people get people involved, because I'll sit there and watch YouTube videos on how to get people more interactive. So I do my my studying, I guess you could say. So we just go into houses. We kind of go through the house, through the main aspects of the house, and we're just talking about real estate, or we're just like having a conversation even just between us and even between the viewers. And it might not be about real estate. It might just be about the shoes I'm wearing that day. We just make it fun. We make it friendly. We don't do it too professional to where people can't, can't understand us. We try to use the simple words. We'll go sometimes into detail. Like we'll bring in a lender, and the lender will give like more specifics of what you need. Always keeping it super easy, super simple. And then we'll go off of the questions that they ask us, and then from there it's just sharing it. I always I tag my groups. I tag the individuals I work with, because if you put it on their wall, well, everyone else sees it too. So more engagements.
Sure. Was it hard to get started?
No,
not at all.
You just press play and something happens.
Because most agents that are listening probably right now or watching are thinking, well, I don't really want to.
Well, you know what?
So what would you tell them?
Do it. Like there really isn't. I guess you can say I cannot motivate you to do something you don't want to do. You know what I mean? It's truly worked for me. It shows off the personality I am, and I think it all depends on your personality. And I think at the end of the day, I entertain people, and that's why people want to watch. Yeah, you know what I mean? That's why people.
Well, and
watch.
Do you think that people decide to work with you, right, or any agent that's using live and video as a way to entertain people? Don't you think that people will choose to work with you just because they feel like they have a friendship, or they have a relationship, kind of, right?
You know what? It's funny you even say that, because yes, people will work with me just because of who I am. And it's I have a couple stories for you. One, we closed on a house not too long ago, maybe a month ago. We didn't do any work with the wife. Mainly it was the husband qualifying. So throughout the whole transaction, the wife wasn't involved, but we met her to give them the keys. We went, myself, Alondra, she's part of the M&M Realty team, and then Luis, which is my other half, I would say, my other half of the team. And we went to go give them keys, and this lady, she's like, you know what? I actually wanted to meet you. And I'm like, you wanted to meet me? She's like, yeah. She's like, well, in the camera, you're always very happy. So I wanted to see if that was real. Yeah. And she's like, surprisingly enough, you are a very happy person. I'm like, well, yeah, it's just who I am.
That's the key, is to be genuine, right?
Just
authentic, yeah.
Exactly. And it's not hard. Another story would be, people will call me and they're like, hey, Yessica, how are you? And I'm like, I'm good. When someone calls you and they, you know them and you're like, what the heck's going on here? And I'll be like, oh, I'm very well. Who am I speaking with? Trying to be a professional here. And then they're like, oh, well, I see you on Facebook, and my sister told me I need to call you because I saw your videos. I saw you on the TV, and I'm like, you saw me on TV. Well, I mean, Facebook, pretty much, right?
Right. So is there any one Facebook Live that like really stands out? One that was kind of maybe more viral than others? Or
what? I did have, I think it was like the third one I did. I had 40,000 views.
Wow. Whoa.
On it.
What'd you do?
That's crazy.
No one was doing it. No one was doing it. And no one was.
What kind of message was it?
It was me showing the house. Literally, I was like, and that's a garage. It goes up and down. Yeah. That's what I said. But at that moment, I think it was like, it was last year. It was like, I don't know. I started like last year around this time doing Facebook Lives. I was like, whatever, I got no money yet. I'm just starting. Let's do Facebook Live. Whatever happens, happens.
There you go.
And and my first videos, they went, 30,000, 10,000 views. My biggest one's like close to 40,000 views.
Wow,
so
that's
at
crazy.
that moment, I was like, what the heck? And just my phones were just like ring and ring and
so
ring.
So those on
like,
your personal profile or on a business page?
So on those, I believe it was on a personal page, I believe.
Okay.
Or it was a personal page that it was on. I don't quite remember.
Okay.
I've done some changes since then, but
yeah. Because if you do it on the business side, right, on the business page, then you can use the analytics for potentially retargeting or sending something else to people that watched it.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
On the personal profile side, you're not going to get as much of that. You can see the views, but you won't be able to repurpose.
Yeah. You won't be able to, and that's kind of what I'm learning right now. We're building our Facebook page because you definitely have to build onto it, and for it to represent who you guys are as a team, especially us, because we're very different individuals. But so what I'm doing right now, though, to attract people to my page, because no one really wants to see a page until they need to see the page. So basically, what happens there is I do it from my personal Facebook, and then I just put at M&M Realty Team. That way they know that it's linked up.
Yeah.
So then I'll mix and match, and sometimes I'll do it from there so that they kind of start liking that video too. But know that I'm going to show content on my personal.
Got it. Okay. Do you have or suggest agents a certain mix of business related, so real estate related versus not?
On my personal page, I mix and match, honestly. I don't go too professional. When I do a closing, I let them know, and I take, pictures with the actual clients, things like that. And I think that kind of, instead of you trying to chase someone, for them to purchase, they kind of come to you because they see you doing it. And one thing that I've learned on Facebook is not everyone will like or comment on your picture, but everyone's always watching.
That's right.
And you're just like, and out of nowhere, I'll have this person that I've had on Facebook for such a long time, and no comments, no anything from them, but they just shoot me a message. Hey, I want to buy a house. And I'm like, what the heck?
We heard that from, I reached out to Sue Pinky Benson. We've had her on the show before. She's a great one too if you want to look at what she's doing. She's out in Naples, Florida. But she used Facebook Live because of budget, when she first got into a new market. And it's blown up her business too. But I remember her saying that not too long ago, maybe a month or two ago, when I reached out to her, and saying that she knows that people aren't really commenting, or even hitting the like button as much anymore.
Right.
But she is getting messages from people that said,
I
saw this video
watching.
or saw that. So it's not always about what's that engagement, that Facebook's showing me.
Correct.
But what's the engagement I'm getting from people actually reaching out?
Yeah, no, absolutely. And, and it goes back to, Facebook is, a tool that everyone should definitely use. But you've got to remember that past Facebook, on the other side, is a person. Right. So, you give them content that's going to entertain them, not Facebook. Facebook's just like, it's just a stream to get in touch with that individual.
Yeah, for sure. Now, you're in a certain part of the valley, too, that you do some of the lives from, right?
Right. So my bread and butter, I was telling you. So I started in Maryville. It's kind of the area that I started when I started 5 years ago, which is, with the investing and stuff. So because prices were very different 5 years ago. They really were to right
Absolutely.
now. So that's kind of where I started. I have been branching out. So before it was only Spanish videos. So, going back again to, mainly a lot of Hispanics would, reach out to me, or Latin Americans, things like that. So, but now I'm actually branching out, and I'm doing videos all over, and I'm kind of seeing where we're at, what we're doing, and I actually do them in Spanglish. So I don't do two separate videos. I do Spanglish, and I try to remember what I say, but like I said, I don't plan it. I just do it.
So you'll do it one message Spanish and then turn
Yeah, so I'll be talking, I'll be like, oh, this house is really big, it's 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, and I'll turn around and I'll be like, so estaba comentando en inglés, que la casa es de 3 recámaras, 2 baños, so... Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So she doesn't do 2 videos. She does 1 video in Spanglish.
There you go.
Yeah. So I just do it. I Spanglish it, and I get what I get out of it. But I mean, again, I think that shows who I am as an individual.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's fun.
Yeah, the Spanglish agent. That's. You
gotta show them. You gotta tell them that, hey,
you might be able to tag that one. I don't think that's there yet.
A Spanglish agent.
Yeah, I don't know. Might be.
I don't think they use it.
Yeah.
And there's many of us, we don't use it, right?
Yeah.
So. Well, I'll make sure that you have her name, Sonia Figueroa.
Okay.
Up in Chicago.
Okay, awesome.
And she does a lot of English and Spanish.
Oh yeah. Okay, nice.
All right. So where do you think you're going to be then in another 12 months? I mean, if you're already a year and a half and the kind of volume that you're getting now, building this up, What's your goal? I mean, where do you want to be in?
You know what? My goal for to end the year, I want to hit 60 closings. I really do, and I think it's possible.
Sure,
I think it's very possible. The reason we started creating a team mainly goes back to December. I was still working for myself, or by myself, I should say, and I was going crazy. I was like, how do people do this? I didn't even know what was closing, what was not. I was just like going. I was just going because I didn't have, I had never done real estate or done multiple transactions at the same time. Well, when I met with Luis, and Luis, he's very, he's my computer guy, or he gets us all, all the stuff in the background. He makes sure it gets done.
Yeah. And
I'm, I tell him, I'm the bullet, and you're the one that catches everything I'm over here throwing at you. So I love Luis. He's such a great guy, and we complement each other. But when we met and we decided, hey, let's start a team. You're someone that I'm not, and I'm someone that you're not. So we're gonna blend together very nicely.
So M&M, really quick. What's the team?
So Molina Martinez.
Oh, okay.
So my name, my last name, and his last name.
Got it. Okay.
But and I was saying, so December. So he's like, okay, well, let me help you, do the closing stuff for the broker and things like that. I'm like, all right, cool. And he's like, well, what properties are you closing? I'm like, well, this one and this one, and I think this one and this one and this one. And he looked at me. He's like, you have 7 closings? And I'm like, I have 7 closings? I'm like, I know I had 7 closings. So at that moment, I was like, dang it, like, if I want to multiply, because I can't be closing 7 by myself.
Yeah.
I mean, doing the paperwork and stuff, I'm like, yeah, you need a team. It's nice to get 100, but when you're 100 and you're running out of life, like, how long can you possibly last? So we decided to get into teams. So now that we know what each other can bring to the table, I think that, we're now able to build faster. So if we're able to close 60 this year, I mean, it shouldn't be
So is it just
problem.
The 2 of you, or do you have other agents?
Yeah, so it's the 2 of us, and we have Alondra and we have Alessio. Alessio's a brand new agent, so he still has his current job, so he's very part-time.
Sure.
But Alondra, she's also part-time, but she's a very much of a go-getter as well. So it's fine. Right now we're keeping it small. We're not trying to grow anymore because we're trying to feed ourselves. So once we feed ourselves, we're able to feed, other individuals.
Do you have a transaction coordinator though that's involved?
Yeah, so we have a transaction coordinator because we're like, you know what, we need to free up time. Paperwork takes a lot of time out of an agent's time.
Right, absolutely.
But yeah, so I think easily we can, if not double, then triple next year. I mean, if we don't, I mean, we're doing something wrong, honestly.
Well, I'm going to have to just put this out there. Maybe Luis will watch this. But based on your personality, I'm saying you're the candy shell, and he's the peanut, right?
Yeah, he's
M&M.
We're the M&M, exactly. I'm like over here like, hey, come this way. And I'm like, all right, Luis, I don't remember what he said. Can you get this? Can you get this together for us?
That's so funny.
He's, and we are very different persons. We both, we like to have fun. We're very happy people. But it's just, our different personalities is what makes the team
sure.
We'll blend together, I believe. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So do you do anything outside of, as far as other lead gen? Do you make calls or anything like that? Or?
So we're starting to now, because now I think we got to step it up. I think Facebook has brought us to this point, and at this point we have to look further into Facebook, how to better that. And we're actually right now teaming up with, of course, other lenders. I'm about to start sending mailers because I'm like, hey, if they're doing it and they keep, if other agents are doing it and I keep receiving them at my house, they must work. They don't just send them for fun. So, so I'm definitely getting into doing mailers, and we're gonna, we started doing some cold calling, things like that. So again, so we're just trying to spread our wings and learn.
There you go.
Because we're not the experts, but we will be.
All right.
That's what we're shooting for.
So are you getting, have you seen so far this year more on the buying side or list side?
So at this moment, we've closed 50-50. So it's so it's been, we will always have, I think, especially in this market, more buyers than sellers. And that's kind of what we have right now. We have more buyers that are calling us than sellers.
Got it.
So, we definitely have to find our niche in the listing side.
Got to get some sellers off the fence, right?
Yeah, we got.
Property values the way they are.
Yeah.
If they're looking to make a life change, this is probably a great time for it.
Well, absolutely, and and they're everywhere. And you just got to talk to people. Going back to again that we're in the people's business. Yeah. Today I went to go see a new listing that I got, and the guy that was painting the house, he's like, hey, so do you work here or what's up? Because I'm always dressed casual.
Yeah.
And almost always. And he told me, he's like, well, I want to sell my house too. And mainly it started out because I just started talking to him about just normal stuff.
Sure.
I didn't sell him me. I just I didn't sell him my real estate side. You know, I sold him who I was as a person, and then he started asking questions. Kind of sold himself in the idea.
Oh, that's great. That's great. So if a new agent were to come to you and say, you know, I don't have any business yet,
right?
I mean, what's the first thing you would tell them to do?
You know, for me, it goes back to Facebook. If you have no money, you better make a collage picture and start posting it on Facebook. You know, on Facebook, on social media, you can pretend that you're closing as many transactions as you want.
Sure.
You can pretend you have as many listings as you want, because no one's gonna know, especially if they're, you know, a consumer in this case. So just start posting, start showing people, hey, you know, this house is on the market, or this house is on the market, or every day take a new house and just post it up.
Sure.
You know, it isn't, you know, especially if you have no money and if you're brand new.
Yeah.
And then from there, it's just, I guess, working with an individual that can help you. Like, for instance, the other side of a real estate transaction is the lender. So maybe getting with a lender that has a little bit more experience that can lead you the correct way.
Yeah. All right. Any plans on any other platforms outside of Facebook?
So we're currently finishing up our website, because I hear it's very nice to have one. So I'm like, all right, cool, let's do a website too. So we have that. Let's have Facebook, mailers, you know, calling. Let's see what else. The website. For right now, I think until we're able to like get those rolling, I think that's where we're gonna stick. Because I said, you know, we're fairly new. At least myself, I can speak to myself that I'm fairly new. So at least, as long as I get a handle of 2 or 3 things and actually, you know, kind of learn them, and then I'll move on to something else. So.
Well, we have to also give a shout out to Brenda, right? For getting you in here,
I love Brenda.
Yes.
Yeah.
The security title. She's awesome. Okay, so before we move to transition to the next thing, if agents that are watching or listening, if they wanted to reach out to you to find out more about M&M Realty, you know, Realty Team, or about Next Gen, how would they do that? Yeah,
so you can always reach me on Facebook, Yessica Molina, and I think my my / on Facebook is Yessica M91.
Okay.
Something like that. I don't know. I don't.
Right.
I should remember it. I should. Well, look me up for my name, or you can reach me at my personal cell phone number, which is 480-669-5209.
All right.
So I think those are the easiest ways.
All right. Well, are you ready? This has been great information. Are you ready to get in the ring?
Yeah.
Yes?
Who are we gonna fight?
Okay, we're right here. Here we go. What's the best advice that anyone's ever given you?
The best advice is you cannot make everyone happy, and
That's so true.
And it's true, especially in our industry, because we want to make the other side happy. If you're a listing or selling or whatever, you want to make title happy, you want to make the lender happy, you want to make your client happy, you want to make the other client happy. There's just so many people you have to, or you feel like you have to make happy, and it's not possible. So you really have to take the punches if they come, and that's it. If for some reason someone's not happy with something, you just gotta see it as a learning. And
absolutely.
just say, hey, well, what did I do wrong, or if I did anything wrong? Because sometimes I think we blame ourselves for something that we couldn't even stop. So.
Got it.
Sure.
No, that's great advice. I probably have an idea what this one is, but how about your favorite mobile app?
I was gonna say Facebook, but it's not.
Oh, okay.
No, it's not Facebook. You know what? I love Cam Scanner. Cam Scanner. You know what? Because it has saved my life for many ways. I didn't even know what a PDF was.
So a lot of agents probably don't know what you're talking about. I have it on my phone. But
everyone should have Cam Scanner. I mean, basically, it's like taking a picture of whatever document or even I don't know, picture or something, and you can like crop it, and it like makes it all cool, kind of like
cleans it up.
Yeah, it cleans it up, so it looks like you literally
turn it into a PDF or whatever. Email it to yourself.
Yeah, just scanned it and you put it up. I truly love that app. Well, besides Facebook.
No, it's cool. It's cool.
It's a good one.
How about a book recommendation?
My favorite book, and it's besides real estate, besides everything else, it's really talks about who you are as an individual, and it's called I have it right here actually. It's called where am I at? Okay, Secrets of a Millionaire Mind. So basically what it kind of talks about, it's our blueprint, how we're born with a certain blueprint. And a lot of people, they want to reach this success, which whatever, success is different to every individual, but they want to reach it, but they can't. But it's because we forget that, we're raised with a certain blueprint. For instance, there's this story in the book where it says that the great grandmother used to cook roast or something.
Oh, yeah. In a small pan.
Yeah, in a small pan, and they would cut the edges, and I guess the wife did that, and then she's like, oh yeah, my great grandmother used to cut the edges, and the husband's like, well, why? She's like, well, I don't know. And so she calls her mom. She's like, Mom, well, why do we cut the edges? Well, I don't know. Your grandma did it.
Yeah.
And funny part about the story at the end was that the grandma didn't have a pan that was big enough for the meat.
Yeah, I remember that story.
So, I mean, to me, when I read that, I was like, what the heck? And it's so true. And going back to that is, if you really want, and this is besides real estate, if you really want to reach into whatever your big goal is, you really got to see how you need to change yourself to become the person to have that goal or to have that success that you really want.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, that's, I personally believe in always, building yourself as an individual.
Sure. No, that's great. I like that. How about a productivity tool or software that you use on a regular basis?
Let's see. I use my laptop. It's my favorite thing in the world. If I don't have my bag with me, I will probably I'll be lost in the world. Even if I go on vacation, I take my bag. Yeah. And it has my laptop. And at the end of the day, it's funny because I see we got Max here, and I was so anti-Apple. I was like, I don't want an apple. I want banana or pear or something else, because I loved Samsung and all that stuff. Yeah. And when I got my Mac, I was like, oh my God, I'm like doing so many things at once. Like it was like instead of waiting for it to turn on, it's just on,
Yeah.
And then I got my phone, and my laptop literally became my phone too. And I was like, what the heck? So, so anyone listening and you possibly don't know what computer to get, just get an Apple. It really does everything. Maybe there's little things here or there, but it's not a commercial. It's just the truth. I was anti-Apple, but they got me.
Yeah, no, we definitely Apple guys. Well,
I am when it comes to computers.
Yes.
But with phones and tablets, I'm an Android person.
Yeah, you know what? I love my phone, but I knew I had to get something that synced because I knew it was going to help me with everything. It was going to make my life easier.
Absolutely.
So.
All right. And we'll let you draw one final question.
Right.
Here we go.
Beautiful. What is that? Velvet?
Guys, should I tell everyone that there's only one question in here?
I think maybe there's two.
There's two.
Go ahead and read it.
Go ahead.
All right. Let's see.
Look. See on camera.
Oh, there was three, guys. There was three. My bad. Okay. Let's see. What is the most adventurous thing you have ever done? I can't tell that story online. So we're not going to tell that one. So we're going to go to the second one.
Yes, a clean one.
A clean one. That's really hard because I'm really an old person inside.
Yeah.
I really am. I'm just like, hey, I'm a homebody. I love being home. I love being with my family. So I can't say I'm that.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I can't say I'm very adventurous. I do like, oh yeah, let's go to California. Or yeah, let's go here.
How about Facebook Live being probably your craziest
I think
thing,
so.
right?
I think that's the craziest thing, because it's true. I am a homebody. I love being with my family. I truly do. So I think Facebook was the craziest adventure for me because it really is every single day. So
I'm going to have to check out your personal profile and see what kind of videos you're doing.
No, absolutely. Like I said, I just talk about a garage door going up and down, and somehow people like it.
People like the smallest things.
The smallest thing, and it's so much fun. I like it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for being in here.
No, absolutely.
This
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, this has been really good.
Yeah, just ask me more stuff. I'm like, I don't plan anything. I'm just like, whatever. Actually, the craziest thing I've done was this today. Was actually
plan.
Actually go through the questions.
Go through the questions. Yeah, I was like, wait a minute. Because I was, me and Brenda have been working a few days for these mailers I'm going to start sending out. And then I called her. I'm like, hey, the podcast today. One, I'm not dressed for it. I don't know. I hope it's just, And then two, what are we going to talk about? Because Luis is the planner, and he, it was strange that he hadn't sent me it. Now I know, he wasn't going to be able to make it. I was like, dang it. So then that's when Brenda had the questions sent over, and I was like, all right, well, might as well just plan it.
Look at how we're dressed.
Yeah, see what happens.
It totally worked. It was great.
It worked.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Yes. No, absolutely. No, I enjoy being here. And if you guys definitely have any other questions, if the realtors have any questions, they can always reach out.
There you go.
To me, to us, I like to say, our minds know that, everything I can't handle all the business by myself.
Yeah.
And I will always give tips. And I don't mind sharing what I know as of today, because life is abundance, and if you keep that mindset, then you're good. You're golden. So
agents need to pay attention to this. Year and a half, on pace to close 60, or at least that's what you're shooting for. You've already done 30. She focused on one thing, Facebook Live, and look at where she's at.
So,
boom.
It's fun.
Yes. Awesome. Well, thank you so much. Hey guys, until next time, it's Jeff Underwood,
Joey Sampaga, and Yessica.
Yeah, from Security Title Studios. And a big shout out to Fidelity National Home Warranty.
That's right.
Main sponsor of the show. See you later.
Yo.
Good job.
Awesome. Very good.